Alright, so for today's video, the reason there hasn't been a video at the past few days, so the hammer making just hasn't really been, it's been very mentally overwhelming. When you start kind of getting unmotivated, I think it's really important to try and just make a few things that is going to get you excited again. Right now, where I've kind of been overwhelmed with the hammer making, I decided to throw, I got 2 pairs of tongs in there that I started before, and I just, you know what, I'm going to get those made because I know that those I can make. It's something relatively easy. It kind of lets me work on my fundamental skills of blacksmithing. Let's keep working on some tongs. Alright, so I'm just going to be drawing out the reins on this pair of hammer tongs that I've been making. Really important for me not to thin any of this out too much, especially with the power hammer. It's really easy for me to overshoot. I'm just trying to go through right now and really take my time making sure I'm not thinning anything out too much. I want to make sure it's a good length as well, that way it's not, you know, too close for my hands, but also a nice length that I have something to hold on to with some good grip. Alright, on the second set of these. Next day, I'm gonna get the forge going and then keep working on these pair of tongs. So let's get that going. I have this piece of 3/8 round stock here that I'm just going to be forging in a taper to. This is just mild steel, but I'm using it as a drift to drift open the holes in these pair of tongs to open it up to 3/8, and then I'll part off another piece of this to use as the rivet. Alright, so I just finished up the drift. As you can see, I just forged on a little taper, made sure it was straight. I'm just going to go to the grinder now and grind it clean. I shut the forge off momentarily because I want to make a punch plate, and then I'll heat the forge back up and then start drifting those 2 holes. And then I can start. Now I have the little punch plate now made. I also have my drift cleaned up. The other pair of pickup tongs I'm making, kind of like this. I'm still just working on the reins, just trying to draw them out a bit more, just by hand, get them nice, rounded over, comfortable. But in the meantime, we can start working on with these ones. While the other tongs are heating up, I'm just really going to be taking these out and just basically brushing them down with the wire brush. It kind of straightens it out against the anvil, brushes off all the scale, and it really makes it look much nicer. There's not as much hammer marks because it's kind of spreading it out. Alright, and I'm happy with that. So we're going to set that down to cool off, and then I'll start heating up the boss area to do the same thing with the other ones. Riveting attempt number 2. Alright, that's in. Alright, so I got the one side riveted on. I'm just going to make sure this is nice and flat, and then and to burnish the inside boss area, while it's still hot, it's loose, and as it cools down, that also means that's contracting. So as I'm keeping everything moving, I can feel it rubbing between each other to create a nice surface. So now that I have these riveted together, I still have another pair of tongs to rivet, so let's get to that as well. Go ahead, reheat it, and then start tweaking some of it so it's usable pair of tongs. So one other thing that I've gone ahead and put in the forge, it is a 4140 piece of steel that I already had. Like I punched the eye and everything by hand probably months ago with a striking anvil and a buddy. It has a longer front, and so I have that. It's all ready to go. Just need to kind of increase the size of the eye. So I'm just going to go ahead, put in the drift, come over to the hammer, and draw the cheeks out a little bit. So let's do that real quick. Side's done, and I'm gonna flip it around, heat up it again, and do the second one. Oakley dokely. It is the end of a very nice day. Happy with the stuff that I've made throughout the progression of this video. Everything I made I'm going to be using in the future, so it did take me longer than I was expecting, but that's perfectly fine because everything I know I'm going to get my investment out of for time, which is really important, especially for trying to grow my tools, my business, you know, making videos for you from the boss, the rivet, the reins, even the very ends just look and feel really, really well made. It's very even and consistent all the way down, and even though they're not set in place yet, the jaws look really thick and nicely made too, which I'm very, very happy about, because that definitely goes to show that I'm getting better at what I'm doing. You also saw me make these pair of pickup tongs here. They look really big, but in comparison to my other ones, like, the only reason I made a second set was for the thickness, and like, they're almost the exact same size. Like, in fact, the other ones are a little bit longer, but these new ones are thicker. Nice, I'm looking forward to using them. Now, one of the other things I made this morning was this punch plate. So I decided today that I'd finally make my own. I have a 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/8, 1/2 inch, 5/8, and 3/4 inch hole put into this. So it's just like if I need to drift anything, I can set it over the hardy hole or over the Pritcher hole, and it gives me a very close area to the actual hole I need. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make a comment what you thought down below. If you have any suggestions for future video ideas, I'd definitely love to hear what you guys would like to see. You know, like I can make a plenty of things, like whether it's machining, welding, blacksmithing, some information under the hammers, the press, and stuff like that. If you want to see more tool making videos, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, give it a big thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, folks.